All right, hopefully I can be heard. I started it with that other scene. I'm running a little bit last second here trying to put everything together, so definitely some of that I was still figuring out as far as the scenes and getting set up and all that, but for anyone out there, I am going to be trying to talk about, commentate, do all the things for Tony's games when I can. Other than that, I will be doing other events here at the Charlotte Open, game analysis, playing Blitz, doing a lecture. So it'll be kind of in and out, but the setup seems to be we're here. And so far, looks like Tony's game is off into some interesting territory. So I've been kind of looking at it in the background before this point, and okay, I will say a bit of a sad thing. A bit of a sad thing. So when I'm talking to my students and talking about tournament preparation, one of the biggest things that I tell them is, hey, if you have any opening lines that you're worried about, make sure you check it because you just know your opponent. You just know your opponent is gonna play it. And this is definitely one of those situations that it feels like Tony. I know he doesn't love these fianchettoed kind of slower positions. So if you want to watch Tata Steel or Pats or Tony, hey, I understand it. But let me throw this out there. Let me throw this out there. You can have Tata Steel pulled up in the background watching those absolute legends go at it, while also watching Tony go at it here. So, you don't need to pick. You don't need to. I wouldn't ask you to. I mean, watching Fabi, Gukesh, Arjun, those players, I understand. Sujith, how's it going? Good to see you. Dang, Sujist, you're making some progression on your rating. That's good to see you. This is kind of a different commentary for me because a lot of times when I've done commentary, it's been more in an official capacity. This is pretty much the first time. I mean, me and Tony we did do Creators Cup, which was a little bit more chill, but this is the first time, like, full blown, you guys want to talk in chat, I'm going to engage. We're on the Chess Sharks channel. I don't feel responsible. I know I'm all dressed up, but that's for the later activities. I'm still here, the beanie loving Caden. But as I was saying about this opening, I do feel like this is an opening that Tony probably wouldn't be the most excited about. Some of these slower positions with C4. And it's kind of sad karma that he did get it. Now, I like the setup he went for because he went for this C6, D6, E5 setup that I personally, um, I'm a fan of this. I think these positions are pretty nice. The actual plans, I'll be honest, even though I've played this, I've played this exact same setup with white. Like I played C3 D4, the whole shebang. Queen C2, I played queen, played both sides. It is a little bit tricky because you have a lot of flexibility in these pawns and you have to figure out where you want to put this light squared bishop, and that's, it's a bit of a balance. It's a bit of a balance, but Ah, I seeing how this played out, I don't love his C4 C5 move. Queen E7 I think is all right. I tend to, as I just said, be playing Queen C7 pretty often. But now he went Queen E7, okay, that's fine. But C5 is sort of a strange choice from him. Normally, I think you want to keep, since you didn't play c5 right away, you have that tension. Here, he could have gone e4. Downsides to e4, do we lose that pawn? Chess lover, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I am wearing jeans though, so don't compliment my sharp looks too much. I am not up to the dress code of a certain organization, but it does work for this and it does work for the other things. When people remark on the fact that I'm wearing jeans, I say, yeah, I'm following the Norwegian school of chess. You know, if it works for Magnus, it works for me. Um, but it's tricky. I'm trying to balance in my mind the, I want to play e4, but that's me, and I understand these structures. It's a bit different. So that is like a King's Indian attack. Let me see. I should be looking at it from Tony's perspective anyways. I don't know why I have it from White's perspective. Just pulled it up and left it that way. Yeah, because the only concern playing e4 is if this pawn gets overextended and attacked, right? So as long as that's not happening, which I mean, Queen d4, then we could play c5 if we really wanted. I feel like we probably don't. But we could just play bishop f5 as well, like, or rook e8, or maybe we have some discovery ideas. Um, yeah, that pawn seems pretty safe. And in the meantime, we're gonna look to bring this knight in. So e4 probably a missed opportunity. c5 c5 feels very much like Tony in his comfort zone. Okay, suggestion d takes c6. Actually, am I bothered if I play knight takes? Because now I can try for d5. You play knight f4, but this feels a bit. Maybe bishop g4 first, actually. Bishop g4. Yeah, okay, so not knight f4 right away. Let's say you castle. Maybe still 95. Yeah. Why is c5 wrong? So a lot of it is just a missed opportunity with e4. We have that opportunity. We have that chance to gain space, and then try and fill the squares. It's the pressure way. Um, yeah, I think we fill the squares. I mean, we could. So chess lover, with what you're suggesting, there could be an idea to take on d5 first. Then knight d4. No, no, because yeah, if you take d takes, I'm gonna play knight takes. I think is was my feeling. Like I want the piece play, right? I take the squares with d4, and then I want to use those squares with my pieces. Yeah, it's very sharp. No, it's interesting. c5, you just missed that e4 opportunity. Your opponent plays e4, you get back to normal King's Indian. This really isn't wrong. I don't feel like it should be. I mean, I'm not a King's Indian expert, but okay, the point six is not unusual. The computer will always tend to favor white in these, okay, until tactics start to happen. But because white has the extra space, white will tend to get that evaluation boost. But in all reality, it's a perfectly playable position for black. Tony he did make a move. It looks like, man, it's kind of hard to see on the video. What am I missing? Yeah, 94, bishop g4. Yeah, that stuff would be very nice. Okay, one sec. I have this. set up. Let me. Hey, thank you for the follow. So the alerts apparently I tried to fix these in the scene before, but apparently that didn't take. You got you got minute Twitch alert. It's okay, we still appreciate it. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me hear and try and fix that on hopefully both scenes here so that the alerts show up the size. Oh, you used to follow us on that channel. Oh yeah, that one. That was a yeah, that was a okay, but so what was confusing me? So his bishop's knight a6. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. So knight a6 was played, castle, bishop d7. That's chess lover because I'm looking and I'm like, okay, what piece went to d7? And thinking to myself, uh, I don't know because both the bishop was missing on c8 and the knight on b8. I did not. I was missing the knight on a6. Tony going for this b5 idea. This seems very reasonable. Like I said, I think this e4 was, and maybe that's how c5 should be described. Not as necessarily a bad move. I think the computer saying that it's a mistake is a bit of an overstatement. Um, but maybe not as much a bad move as much as just a missed opportunity with e4. But this is still very standard King's Indian. I think very comfortable for Tony. Um, Question is, can white stop b5? Because I have played some positions where I do kind of strive for b5, but oh no, because the downside here, if you play it with the knight on a6, is this knight jumps to b4, of course, right? You just cannot contest it. This is a great square for the knight, so here, and then we slowly work towards b5. That seems pretty reasonable. So bishop d7. Otherwise, so I don't think you want to push b5 through with knight c7 then. I don't think you want to push through with that because if we could slide in knight b4, that's fantastic, right? That's a beautiful thing. Sorry, I want to make sure because I'm kind of dancing between this and some other things for the event. I just want to make sure that I have my schedule clearly in mind. I'm not forgetting anything about life because being late would suck. Okay. Yeah, so 2.5 hours until game analysis. Best way to found I found to study positional chess. So what really helped me grow in my positional chess understanding was studying a lot of the classical games. I essentially got to 2200 USCF just by being ultra super duper sharp at tactics. I mean, I think I like to think I had a base concept of positional, roughly where to put the pieces, roughly how to, have a decent pawn structure. But the real game changer for me is I started working with a coach who really walked me through these games that have been played by the masters over the years, some recent, some, 100 years old, and walking through those concepts of okay, in these types of positions, they're doing this. Or in this particular case, queen trade is good. In this particular case, queen trades are bad. In this case, this is the minor piece trade you want to go for. This is the minor piece trade that's bad, so on and so forth. So really diving in simple concept by simple concept, elaborating on it, really increasing in my ability to just place my pieces well. That was a big game changer. Is that coach Grandmaster Alex Chernin that started to teach me that way, and then I started going through like Gary Kasparov's my great predecessors on my own. So doing that, and then in my own game analysis, I feel like I started to make that a lot more effective, whereas just analyzing my games a lot better than I previously was. So I think a lot of which, at least how I see it, is you definitely a lot of books, positions that can help, as chess lovers talking about positional chess puzzles to help reinforce the themes. And remembering that just understanding better, the simplest of things, so just understanding better when to trade queens, which I say the simplest of things, but what the heck? I got um I got kicked to another game. My hands are here. I'm not even touching anything. That was a bit weird. Um, but yeah, elaborating on those things, really understanding them has a ton of value. And I think so many people, when they're working on positional chess, they look to learn a new concept that they never have before, rather than understanding concepts that they kind of already know, or ideas they already know better. And really, as you dive into these things, you don't realize, like, hey, I actually don't have a great concept of isolated pawns, doubled pawns, maneuvering, when to put my knight on the rim, when to trade a piece, a bishop for a knight, when I should be breaking through with my pawns, what breakthroughs I should be going for. Like you may have heard of all that stuff, but actually coming to understand it, we don't usually put a lot of work into it. So don't always look for the new concepts in positional chess. A lot of times there's a ton of value, maybe even more value, in just elaborating on things you've already heard about and truly coming to understand it. His opponent played h3, okay, and we have rook b8. There's a delay on chess.com, but it looks like it's pretty minimal. I think from what I've noticed, probably about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Tony, Tony and his opponent are up from the board, I guess, both asserting dominance. 15 minutes. I mean, it could be. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention to it. Uh, but yeah, Rook B8, I think is pretty, like, things are going pretty decent here for Tony. I like the direction this is going. I feel like there's a caveat though. I feel like there has to be a caveat. There's no way we just so conveniently getting b5 and all of our problems are solved, right? Oh, and did I mix up the clocks? Jeez, don't look at the clocks. And all my shuffling around, it looks like I accidentally have those backwards. So Brian with the white pieces should have the clock reversed. Let's fix that. I don't know how I got that so turned around. Fix that on both scenes before I forget. Oh no, chess lover, you lost a very similar position before. Don't tell me that. Um, I mean, White's idea is clear. So let's say he just goes for it. Already not good, but not for the reason. Probably some capture first would make sense. Yeah, because if you take with the pawn, now b5 makes sense now, right? Pressure here. Yeah, so you take, and then if take with the bishop, I guess we could do the same. I don't know if there's any credence to waiting first. White plays like a4. A4 now. I mean, it makes more sense now. The rook has landed on b8. Knight on b4, I'm not saying is game winning, but we're gonna slowly play for b5 anyways. And it seems like the addition of b5 with this knight on b4 should be positive. Extra cheese. Usually the GM streamer hires some scrub personality to commentate their game. Here we have the reverse. Nah, 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 nah. Tony is hopefully the GM in this case and going to crush it. Um, it's at a glance, I do think A4 is worth going for because it does really slow black down. I mean, you're gonna have to play B6 before A6, right? And that's because if you play A6 first, A5, you just don't get B5 then. Knight H5 at some point. What about just the simple, nope, Queen D3, Knight B4. Is there just a simple way? What about Knight B5 actually? Knight B5. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, just like a little bit. And GM stands for gentleman. There you go. Wait, it says Tony is playing Benjamin Snodgrass. That is a bit funky because I've played Brian, so I can confirm that is Brian sitting across from him. Maybe they're still figuring out some DGT things. First round. Arjun, why aren't you playing in this, by the way? Hold on. Um, but yeah, first round figuring out DGT. It's if you've never worked with DGT before, it's kind of a pain. He did play A4. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know if there's a move missing here. Nice birth years under their names. Then you saw Tony's opponent. Must be Elo. Dang. I'm gonna tell Tony you thought he was 65, 64 years old. Oh, Arjun, you don't live in North Carolina. Wait, am I confusing you with someone else? I thought you did live in North Carolina. Okay, you don't have to dox yourself. But yeah, I thought might be confusing. A4, knight B4. Okay, I before going on though, so what's missing? What let me I'm just gonna do a little I spy. It is knight B5, by the way. Computer did agree with this knight B5, which I guess is just this small rook B8 move. I mean, these knight A7, I've been hit with this, not in these positions at all, but just when I move my rook off and say I have b6 already and maybe c6, so I don't really want to play a6 because it's just a funky structure. That these types of moves can be super annoying, and I guess after take, the benefit is you essentially play a4, so you get all the benefits of a4 without the consequence, because knight b4 here doesn't work because of a3. Yeah, that'd be dang, Arjun. Well, glad you joined in. Sorry that he moved. Dang, in an irrelevant state. Nice. So savage. That sounds like it kind of sucks. Okay, so a4, knight b4, f4 now takes is an opportunity. Oh, a snag. I came prepared with the drink today. I've been hesitant though, because it is a little bit cold in this room. They were supposed to come turn up the heat, but as of yet, no luck. So here we go to freezing. Info matters. How's it going? Mm. Extra cheese, enlightening us with the Feingold ways of life. Feingold, by the way, playing this tournament, his first tournament, I think, since 2022, he said. I asked him about it last night, and his Feingold being Feingold, of course, his response was that he's playing again so that he can retire again. So Feingold making a bit of a return, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's a one-time thing, and then he will enjoy retirement for the second time. If the knight was on f3, you would play knight b5, so the f3 knight. Oh, Ali, how's it going? Oh, it's so cold. Okay, it's not so cold. It's just like it's a little bit chilled. Did they turn it up?
I hope so. I'm gonna double check again.
I haven't seen anybody. Just
I
like
feel like
kid,
it's just through the because that panel is do anything.
it doesn't do anything.
I think it's just for the TV. Maybe I'll keep working on
Oh,
it. I'll
okay.
check it. Do you want an assistant? I don't know. You're doing a live stream, but we've got a U2100 assistant who might be able to help you analyze Tony's games if you want.
Uh, tempting.
And this is I throw it out there.
Yeah.
It's young, you know. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to name him without naming him. You know how we have a photographer?
Uh-huh.
Sharkz.
Oh, he's already done?
He's already done it. And he's pretty good at this whole thing. I don't know.
Wait, he's 12?
It's like 10.
Oh,
Can't do it though. Can't you actually
yeah, it's too
switch?
young.
It's too young.
Yeah, Twitch.
I forgot. Wait, are you on stream right now?
Yeah.
Can I say hi?
Everybody,
Can I,
yeah, you
can I
can
say
come say
hi?
hi.
Hello? Hello? Hey, hey.
Love-
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going?
This is Ali,
Hi.
absolute
Oh
legend.
my God, this is so
Don't
difficult without a
don't
chair.
don't hurt yourself.
And this is me like actually squatting. This is actually very difficult.
Wow, you matched my height though.
I did. I
That's
was looking at it right
that's
there.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Professional streamer, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Let's get a chair.
There's
Get a chair. I'm not stealing
there's like
spotlights.
there's like 20. It's okay. It's one game,
I'm present.
we're talking about one game. So you
He's
joining
playing
in.
Brian. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I saw this pairing actually,
Yeah.
and I thought to myself, ah, Brian's done this before. Been on stream and played
Yeah.
people. He gets it a lot.
Yeah, I played him before on
Yeah.
stream.
Did you destroy him?
Maybe.
I mean, I would assume so. Yeah. I don't know why I asked. I just thought like I would just throw that out there.
I think it was it the man, it was one of the Blitz
What
turns.
did I do? What did I forget? What did I forget? What did I forget? I forgot something. Okay. I owe being betrayed by someone named Aladdin is even more painful. What did I forget? What did I forget?
You forget you owe Aladdin something.
Because I can't remember what happened. Last time I was on stream, wasn't that like when I was like playing Bullet against Tony while like not being well versed in the chess com UI or something? Like, I was really frustrated. I remember
That's
being very
true.
frustrated.
Oh, I
I
do
was
remember. You
on.
got
I was so
frustrated.
until because I'm like,
You got frustrated too. He got so
well,
frustrated.
I was really annoyed because I was like, all the things I would normally do in a Bullet game, I couldn't do, and then I was pre-moving like three moves in a row. Because usually when you just redirect on any other website that I would never name ever, um, it would just
And you can
reset
name
it.
it. We talk about it.
Oh, okay. Well,
We
I'm
talk
not used
about
to.
Lee Chess here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, on Lead Chess, I can just change what I want to do really, really fast. On Chess Column, I have to right click to cancel, which really annoyed me because my reflexes
It
aren't.
is an
It's a
adjustment.
it's a reflexive thing,
As
and
as someone that
uh,
played a lot on Lee Chess before switching to
oh
chess.com, I understood the
yeah,
struggle.
I see
Eating
chicken
chicken
wings.
wings.
Chicken wings. Well, I
Chicken
can't
wings.
eat anything right now, so it'll be very hard for me to
That's true.
do the.
He's going through a bit of a diet change.
Yeah, nothing but
Yeah.
potatoes. Potatoes and
He can eat potatoes, unlike me,
eggs.
like a cool person.
Nah, this is not cool. I promise you what's happening to me, not cool.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
that's
wish it on anyone.
that's fair. I wouldn't wish it on you.
Mm, I, life's hard. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right,
I
no
just
worries.
remembered like 5 million things I have to do. So I'm gonna go back to doing all my 5 million things. Good luck.
Yeah, that whole tournament organization thing. Pairings and results and hopefully. Ugh, he says it's warming up, but I think that's just to make me feel better. That's all. He's super cool. Yeah, he did play Tony on stream, and Tony was trying very, very hard to adopt him. And I thought I would be helpful, and I would tell Tony uh, basically the wrong amount of games. So when he's at when he was at like set what was it? It was he was at like 4 games, and I told him to. And I just stuck with it. So next game he won, I'm like, yeah, you're at 3, and then so on and so forth. And he gets to 7, like, yep, you're at 7. He's actually at 9, and I think I'm being helpful. And he choked so hard still on that 10th. It was the 10th game. And I said, dude, no way. I was trying not to tell you, and somehow on the 10th game, it still got to you. The pressure. Uh, yeah, we're just watching it play out. Looks like wait, Knight H5 was played in King H2? King H2. There's some very interesting decisions. The thing I would say I dislike about what White is doing, what Brian's doing here, is he's playing super quickly. He's actually up on the clock by 10 minutes. And so many of these are super critical decisions. A4 is a decently critical decision. F4, let's see how quickly he played that. Where's my move times? How do I see move times? Go to Why can't I see move times? Am I is it me? Am I the problem? No, I don't see it on an they just not show the move times on live games anymore? I mean, it seemed like it was pretty quick. I don't know exactly, but probably like 2-3 minutes at most for G takes F5, which you have so many captures back. Like that's such a critical decision. That's probably like if you're gonna spend 10 minutes on something, probably first before F4, you should be thinking about it, but you should really be thinking about those captures beforehand. And this King H2, I just it's so strange. Yeah, F5, extra cheese, I agree. Definitely a move to think about. And kind of looks awesome. Next to the moves, it says in white, create move times. Yeah, man, I wish I had a full screen. Like, it's not showing it to me for some reason. Like, it should just be on the right side. No? It just be, it just, it's, it shouldn't be rocket science. I don't know. I don't know why I can't. Why it's not on. It just hates me, I guess. No, so I personally don't love F4. Um, I went through a training arc with these King's Indian structures because I sucked at them. Like I was so bad. My coach is like, "Yep, we're spending like, geez, we probably spent 10 to 15 hours on these structures just going through games from them." Um, and there is something about F4 that feels wrong, and I think it's this knight on E2. Like this knight on E2 just feels so misplaced for it because at the end of the day, playing F4, we're trying to play on the dark squares, but we're just losing. Like we're getting dominated on the dark squares right now. because black's much better placed for it with knight h5, with the bishop opening up with the queen on e7. That's another point. The queen is on e7, not c7, and it just it just feels wrong to begin with to play f4, or that at least you should prepare for it a bit better. Um, Playing something like bishop d2 could be interesting. Just trying to put pressure over there. I don't know if that is the most logical right now. Um, Knight a2, I don't think is crazy. You could play something like knight a2, and then if a5, go back and plant your knight on b5. If he lets you take, then suddenly you can play b3 and try to go more for a c5 break. And then once this bishop's gone, you maneuver this knight to a much better square on d3. Yeah, I do agree with that too. I mean, the more I look at this a4, it's not like knight b4 is detrimental, but I'm a huge fan of flexibility. I actually gave a lecture at Dina's camp yesterday, and one of the things I was talking about is the value of just flexibility in chess. Like, we get so obsessed with finding something good, and it's like, okay, as long as we have something good, which is a great start. If you have a good direction to head in, fantastic, good start, happy life. But there ends up being a lot of value in flexibility, which, I mean, you're already kind of seeing from Tony's side here, where his opponent defended against this b5 potential with a4, but now all of a sudden he has, knight h5, f5, like he's hitting both sides, giving his opponent more to worry about. It's tricky for him. Knight a2 is a bit of a concession, admitting that things aren't working. Psychologically difficult, although the right idea. Yeah, yeah, I think it's just one of those that, yeah, I do kind of look at White's position and say it's not working. I said that we need to fix some things. This knight needs to teleport here. This bishop needs to figure out its life. This knight, okay, what is it even doing at this point? Um, so there is some definite admittance that, all right, this isn't ideal, but it's okay because you still have a solid position. That's where I do think the idea of a bad plan is better than no plan. Like his plan, although it's not the favorite, was still solid. And so if he slowed down as things were playing out, then he still has a chance, even though it wasn't the most ideal direction to figure things out a little bit better. Tony taking a lot of time here, which is good. I mean, it's pretty critical moment with f5, but he still could try to push through a6 b5. It's not the worst. It's just the time spending, right? Because I think you have to play b6 first. Well, actually, your bishop's opened. Is there value in having this? Because you play b6, you open up the b file, you get pressure there. I guess there's some value here too, where it's now just a little bit easier to open up the file if you want. Excuse me. But b6, a6, b5, probably not preferable. I mean, it's an idea, I guess. It's an idea. Arjun, if it was you, you would have spent like 10 minutes and gone knight b5 instead of a4. There's something about a4 that feels weird. Yeah, knight b5 felt like that sort of missed opportunity. And I mean, understandably, I think it's easy to miss because I don't know. At least for me, there was definitely a time that I almost could tune out knight b5 because my opponent's pawns were so often on a6, or even if it wasn't on a6, I'm just getting kicked easily there. But yeah, rook on b8, pressure on a7. It's annoying, and it really shuts down that b5 play, and it gives space for the knight on e2 to potentially jump onto c3, which seems to be the big problem. Gotta watch out for queen h4, bishop g4. You know what? It reminds me, um, man, who's his opponent? There's this game by Som, that he actually has the white pieces and queen, like it's that exact idea. He has his queen on h5, so it's reversed. King here, and he does exactly that. Bishop g5. In that case, it was a queen e8, take, but then the knight slid into b5 and was just like, it's just losing for black. Oh, Anish is winning against Gukesh. Hold on. How winning? It's okay. I get it too. I also want to see the Tata Steel games. Kind of keep an eye. Oh, Fabi already drew. Wow, these games, man, I woke up right as these games were starting. It feels like, where did the time go? Jeez, they're towards the end. Oh, Anish with a huge advantage. Dang. Dang. No, it wasn't Bronstein. It was Som, and then I don't think, at least I don't think it was Bronstein. I have this habit of mostly remembering the side that won, because the way I track positions that I might show for lessons is basically the person who won, and the idea, like the key idea they played. The pawn on e5, dark short bishop is blocked, which gives white the extra option of a3 b4, which would usually be wrong. In modern slash open Benoni, I call this a subtlety, but the pawn on e5 is it's hardly subtle. Aladdin, wait, you're only 20 minutes away from Tata Steel? Dude, I would definitely go down. Like they had the Pan American, like the collegiate event here in Charlotte, and we went down to take a look and to say hi to some people and hang out with friends. Like, you got a tournament that close, you got to take the opportunity. Okay, wait, Tony did play something. Wait, he played Rookie. Okay, so he's abandoning a6 b5 and really focusing on the center, which makes sense. Preparing f5. His opponent already made a move again? Whoa, he plays bishop f3. What? No way you play that move that quickly. Oh, no. Brian, you're better than this. I played you. Come on. What are you doing after queen h4? Don't you just have to go back? No, wait, knight g1 just gives up a free pawn. f5? No. Bishop b5? What? Am I blind? Yeah. Tony's already played queen h4. I think we're feeling very similar sentiments right now as to the nature of bishop f3. He's just donating a tempo. House line. Hey, how's it going? Wait, house line, aren't you? Did Emily already finish? Oh, yeah, I can see in the background. House line, how's it going? He's playing so fast. She killed it. Nice. Nice. That's good to hear. Totally crushing it. I mean, Tony's not killing it as much, but right now he also is quite cooking up. I was like, let's just they played so fast. Yeah. Here Tony's taking his time. He's doing a really I think Tony's time spending has actually been fantastic. I think it's been just about perfect this game. He's slowing down when he needs to, the critical moments. His opponent though is playing too fast, and this last move like really highlights it. He just played Bishop F3, and now he absolutely has to go back. And then F5, right? Now we're playing F5. Maybe something better. Oh, Bishop G4 here is interesting. Tony making breakfast. Round one miniature would be good for the vibes. Tony actually hit the last event, the North Carolina Open that ran alongside the US Masters. He had his fastest game ever. I think he won in like 12 moves. Like I guess Tony just shows up to play that first game and his opponents are still getting in the zone. G5 is on. Yeah, it's so crazy. It kind of makes me want to go find that game because some of the similarities. Yeah, G4 and that. Let me just let me pull it up. We're gonna find this game. Dun, 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 dun. Pull up my ancient chess base 13 that yells at me every time that it's outdated and other stuff. But it still works. So, okay, he did drop back Bishop G2. Makes sense. So let me. That's okay. So found a game. Let me show this in a classroom here. Hopefully it fits. All right. So okay, it's not the perfect fit, but just to show this. So it's from White's perspective, but we see Knight H4, Queen H5, and then here G4, second best move, Bishop G5, best move, and then just absolute destruction. So we're seeing that very, very similar style. Similar style in this game with G5 as an idea and Bishop G4. Bishop G4 is tempting. Let me just refresh the game. It's very tempting here. I mean, there's no Queen E1, right? Queen E1 is even worse than in that game because Knight C2 just happens. Okay, hold on. Knight. Never mind. Take that back. Reverse. We take on E2. Yeah, okay. So it's similar to the other game. We're not getting the fork. I was too excited. John C. Toto, how's it going? But 93. It's tough because if you know that game, like Bishop G4 just right should come to mind super quickly. And even with Queen E1, because Queen E1, okay, Knight C2 doesn't work, don't fall for that. But the capture Knight D3, very similar style to that other game. Queens get traded, but the pawns are just a problem. Oh, John C. Toto, you won Lafong's arena? Nice, nice. I know the context. I don't think I know the context. Muay Thai, how's it going? How would Tony know that game? Well, if he listened to me for 1 second, um, yeah, that's a great question. Oh, Lee Chess went down. Wait, how do you know I know the context? I did know Lee Chess went down. So actually, a little bit of story. Um, I mentioned earlier that I taught at Dina. Dina had a camp, kind of in connection with the Charlotte Open, so people could come to the camp and then play the Charlotte Open. I was one of the guest lecturers, and usually when I lecture, I get to the place, let's say 30 minutes before, and I already have thought about the lesson I want to teach based on the ratings, and uh, try and cater it to them. So I go and I just start uploading games to Lichess because Lichess, you put it in a study and I can duplicate the window. So I can have it up on a screen, y- manipulate it on my screen, and we're both seeing the same thing. Get it all set up perfectly fine. Go to start the lecture. As I go to start the lecture, Lichess went down. And so I spent all this work setting it up. And like, well, okay, perfect. Yeah, G5. I think Tony. Wait, he did. Yeah, okay, he did play F5. I was gonna say, I think he would play F5. Just from what I know of Tony, this feels very in his style, and it's a good move. Like it looks dangerous. You're threatening F takes E4. I assume. Say you play. Okay, that's an actual. That move would defend H3. I'm just trying to play a nothing move, but I assume you just lose here. Okay, that's too fancy. But what's the destructive blow? What's the destructive blow? After it worked again, you kept on playing. You did not play Lafon. Hey, nice, John. Nice. Where's the blow? Like where's the okay, out of context, that sentence sounds bad. Knight G3? Yeah, because Bishop G2 we take and then just it's just all working well. Even Queen D3, which is nasty. Yeah, yeah. So some ideas there. Just take all the stuff. You take everything. Okay, so there's some serious threats. There's some serious threats after F5. What's a more reasonable move? Because Rook B1 is kind of silly. Why can Brian just push to F6? Looks like it gives him. Wait, push to F6. Do you mean take on F5? Push to E5? Which one? Goon, thank you, thank you. Try to dress up at least a little bit when I'm doing other events. E5, E5. We're gonna num num num. We're just gonna take that because you also, I mean, you're trying to, I imagine, open up your pieces, but I mean, this is starting to open up. This is becoming a problem. But I could also kind of shut you down with E4 if I really am bothered by that. Take my extra pawn and be happy. Queen E1, no, because Queen E1 I take and Knight C2. I believe just GG's. No worries, Aaron. No worries. Don't feel bad for suggesting. Wait, wait. We have a move. Bishop E3. E3. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. So wait, can't we just take this? That looks like a hanging pawn. Okay, so he would have to play bishop f2, right? Uh, Try to take with the bishop. But this does no, because queen f6 looks like a pain. Queen f6, knight takes. I'm still taking. No, I'm not taking. So then you take here. No, because I'm threatening there. You move. And you're pinned. That might work, but that's not my favorite. Oh, I'm just being silly. Queen e7, right? Bishop takes e3. Or no, knight takes f4. Knight takes f4 first. Trying to play bishop takes e3, knight takes. Why give up the bishop? Knight takes f4. Oh, no worries, Muay Thai. Yeah, Ash with the Queen E7 suggestion. Yeah, I'm being silly. I wasn't even thinking about F4. I was so focused on H3 that I'm just spacing the obvious. Put the queen on E7, and even after knight takes E4, I don't know if we're looking to take B2. I feel like F4 is kind of the move. Okay, Tony taking his time here. Which makes sense. Critical moment. He senses the win, I am sure. Knight f6 also is kind of an interesting move. Is there a move that mess I'm gonna ask that question. At this point, is there a move that actually messes up the advantage? Like, is there a reasonable move you could play here for black? Because this seems reasonable. And then knight f6 with like knight g4 is an idea, or knight takes e4. I actually see a decent amount of sense in this. Like, I don't hate this knight f6 at all. It's just kind of that funky, look, I have some tactics type move. Um, I don't think queen e7 right away makes sense, but that probably also, okay, that would lose it a little bit, but it's still there. Bishop takes c3. I don't like bishop takes c3, or I'd be surprised because b takes c3, hitting the knight. Like, just because this threats, you give up your bishop and your knight gets kicked. That feels. I feel like if Tony plays bishop takes c3, we need to have a conversation. He's. I'm gonna show him that other game and have him study it, make him study it. Yeah, I've takes e4. I just don't know what else. I mean, knight f6 is kind of fun, but like, why? Now, I will say I did notice the evaluation dropped after queen f6, queen e7. Is there another move here? Queen d8? Is queen d8? Queen d8's actually interesting because maybe you want rook takes e4, but you also don't want the queen d8's the move? Wait, the best move? Hold on. Is that true? No, queen e7. It was just messing with me. I guess when I played queen e, okay, it's staying at 4. When I played queen e7 before, maybe I was blind. How reasonable for Tony. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, but it is a good find. Bishop takes c3 is a move that loses the advantage. I don't think it was reasonable, but you were correct. Okay, his opponent did play bishop f2, so I expect queen e7. Now, after knight takes, I kind of do just want to play bishop takes b2. Like, that's what I lean towards. This might be the trickier position because, like, if I'm playing black here, I'm thinking about some crazy moves like bishop takes f4, You have simpler moves like knight takes f4. Knight takes f4 probably makes the most sense. I guess knight takes if knight takes. But what about bishop g3? No, because then you have knight takes g2. So yeah, take. You're threatening knight takes g2. Here you're threatening rook takes e4. And that's actually very important because the one potential source of counterplay for white would be this, but if bishop g3 hits you with rook takes e4, you either have to spend a moment protecting, which then if I really want, I can just shut all that down with bishop e5, or I might have tactics. Oh, he did play queen d8. Damn. I mean, dang. Yeah, it's still very strong. What is he hoping for though? Does he have another idea that he wants to play? Maybe he wants to play bishop f5? Try and fight on the light squares? Or maybe is he trying to be ultra sneaky? Is there an ultra sneaky knight takes f4, knight takes rook takes, knight takes d6? An ultra sneaky move there? Wait, what's the point though? What even? I don't get it. Like I don't get what you have here that you wouldn't have after queen e7. Maybe he's afraid of rook e1. Yeah, I guess. I guess. There's that slight annoyance. Oh, Geary blundered that winning position away. Dang. And he's losing? What? Freaking Geary. Yikes. That's wild. He takes. The only thing to fear is you. Don't. Man, now I want to listen to that song. Or the only thing they fear is you? Close enough. Again, it's mostly me being sarcastic. Okay, he did play bishop f5. So I don't quite get the reasoning um, of playing queen d8 for bishop f5, but I guess my sense was correct. I guess my sense that that's what he was going for was correct. I don't understand the move, but I do understand Tony. I guess. uh, yeah, what does white play now? I mean, nice thing about this position is it's hard. It's hard to mess it up. Queen on c7 later to attack the king if black took d6. Yeah, I would have thought maybe there was some sneak with that, but it does seem like he just didn't want the queen on the e file for some sort of rook e1 at some point. Maybe he's also trying to go after the queen with bishop c2. Excuse me, so he doesn't want any like potential trade offers. I mean, it's -4, you know. It's -4. Um, I expect like a knight g3 move and something like this is going to be played, after which Tony has options. I mean, bishop d3, rook e1, bishop e2 traps the exchange, which is kind of nice. I guess you could take first. No, it doesn't make, because bishop e1's kind of sneaky. You take on f4 first. That's probably the best of all worlds. His opponent is also 1850. How can he lose to? I don't know. 1850s are the scary ones, especially kids. Okay, but we're I'm gonna refresh so we somewhat I somewhat clean up. I get these big bulks of lines because I'm playing it before the board shows it. Tony flubs this. I'll berate him extra about doing rated puzzles until he hates me. Could be tournament nerves and just I see they are auto lights. I will be right back. Dang. Whoa, his knight. Wait, he went back? He just went back. Knight c3? Hmm. Wig Wong won Spiracy. Can confirm he played against the 9-year-old who was 1800 in her first tournament 10 years. The only thing to fear is little kids. 1850 is 2200. Head of Dog, how you doing? Daniel Klatev, good to see you. I think just Bishop d3 is the simplest. Knight d3 also. Okay, apparently it's not the simplest. I thought, knight f4 now, bishop takes c4. Am I missing something? Like knight a... No, that hangs this. But knight d3, okay, yeah, trying to take the bishop on f2. And knight takes b2. And knight takes f4. I like the idea of taking f2 actually. I like the idea. All right, so let's try and mess this up for black. Actually, knight c2 just gets the bishop right away. Or exchange. Rook c1, knight e3. Hold on. Hold on. Wins S-pawn at least. That's the best pawn. The S-pawn. That's how you win games. Bishop d3. I'm sorry, guys. I just tell you. I said bishop f5. That was my first move suggestion. My first move suggestion here was bishop d3. Yeah. I'm feeling like I have a decent... He's already gonna move? Kid, no, don't do it. I mean, it's really bad, but he's playing so quickly. What the heck? Going rookie 1. Rookie 1. So, take? And then knight d3 is now more annoying? Yeah, I think he has a sense that he messed up, and I agree, Doc. He just wants to get out of there. It is like it is more difficult at this point to not win this. Like it's almost more impressive to find a move that doesn't keep a -2 advantage here than it is to find one that has a -4 advantage. Yeah, that knight ce2, I do agree. That did look very nice, getting rid of the dark squared bishop, but it's simple. Just go take a pawn, right? I do agree with that too, chess lover. He didn't seem that excited to play. Like I don't know. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe it's Um, Now sometimes DGT, no, being on stream, that can get to you. It's strange. 'Cause I played him in Blitz before, and I think he's a good player. But you know, if you don't put your full effort into it, it's hard to make the magic happen, whoever you are. His parents probably make him play like most kids. Well, I can't say much to that. I definitely think I don't know it's a tricky thing. I definitely know the psychology for chess is tough. I've I found myself at because there was a kind of a chess get together last night before the event at a brewery, and I found myself talking to a few people just about psychology, you know, and some of their questions and what they were talking about. And Ash, why you gotta say something so sad? Brayden, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Well, he misplayed the opening and woke up with Tony having initiative. That can be disheartening when you know you got a space advantage and all the cards in the deck. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ash should had a dog. That's just so sad, but oh my goodness. Ugh. You sack as an adult, you see the impact more of having parents having a kid while losing on the board. Yeah, I actually, so for me personally, kind of just like my own thing, I didn't really like I think my parents were pretty good about it. My mom was the one that traveled with me, and you know, there are a few things that I feel like we had to talk about and work through, and things that, you know, I went through that I needed her to understand and stuff. But I still you know, loved having her there, loved her support. But when I was playing a game, I didn't want to know if she was spectating me. Like like, mom, come check out my game. I understand. Totally fine. No worries. I just don't want to know. Like something about that. Uh, which even for a while for other people, like just having a crowd, having someone that I knew was really intently looking at my game. They're like, no, I want to be in my own space right now. You guys are wild. King Charles, you have not witnessed any hovering. I know. I want to see a few people just float up in a tournament or two. This is also peculiar insofar as it's one of the only forms of competition where kids compete against adults at a high level. It can be a lot. No, that's fair too. Can you remember your mom reading or sewing on the couch while we played Blitzball? Yeah, yeah. Having parent support is so important. That's true. That's true. Brandon, you're going to your first classical tournament 6 months right now. Hey, good luck, my friend. Hope it goes well. King Charles, he can't stream and play chess that well. Don't know how I do it. Oh, I learned how to still win games even when I'm not playing well. That's, that's the secret. The art of swindling. If you're ever playing chess and see your opponent setting up camera, I'm putting on my crowd show. Uh, yeah. Extra cheese. You wouldn't want to be on camera? Just your voice? How will we get all your insights? Dang, it still is cold in this room. Might have to see about that in between rounds. Yeah, I think just knight d3 here. It would be funny if somehow could make it work to that this bishop goes back, but I think here Okay, bishop takes, we're not taking. We're taking probably here. If he moves, take. Queen h4 again. We've seen this play out already. Um, yeah, knight d3. Should play knight d3. Knight d3 just screams at you. I would want to hijack the stream. Excuse me, they'd all be talking about the opponent. That's okay, good for content. Extra cheese, good for content. Uh, thinking, pausing. That's good. I mean, knight d3 seems really obvious, but I'm a huge advocator for taking these moments to think through it, taking a second. You don't want to throw away, as I say, don't throw away 3 hours of work for 3 minutes of laziness. Just wanting to play too speedily. Sensible Pete, Tony is Antonio. Yeah, psych. Good evening, good evening. The opening was in English, actually. That kind of turned into an old Benoni, as Extra Cheese says. I did. I have, haircut, suit. Yeah, I went and got my haircut, and I kind of told the lady up front, I said, look, no, I just don't like the sides because I wear a lot of hats. And she kind of looked at me like, wait, you're getting your haircut so you can wear hats? I'm like, yes. Oh, throw away 10 years of marriage to 3 minutes of laziness. Well, also a good life philosophy, I imagine. Also a good life philosophy. What other move is there besides knight d3? I mean, I guess knight takes f4? I guess knight takes f4? I, knight d3, take bishop, then snatch f4, yeah. Inserting knight d3 to get rid of that bishop, because the only source of potential counterplay, I think, for black is probably going to be on the dark square, some sort of bishop g3. That still feels very optimistic, but once you take that bishop, like, it's over. You get all the fun and none of the hassle. I imagine he has to be thinking about this line with bishop takes h5 just to confirm, I guess, because of the potential opening up of his king side. Okay, no, he played it. Yeah. Yeah, he played it. Why is this position -7? Um, really, everything's about to fall apart. Even though Tony hasn't won material yet, I think this pawn is done pretty soon. I think when that pawn falls, bishop e5 is coming in, queen h4. Like it's just gonna be complete suffering. Here, knight takes f2. Rook takes, and let's go with Ash's move. Knight takes f4. You're down material. Your opponent has the two bishops, controls everything. You cry a little bit, and then start getting ready for the next game at this point. It's up 7 pawns while only having 6. I had a feeling there was a setup there. And yeah, there it is. Freaking ski money. Any chance he gets suckered in tonight? No, he just no way. No way. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I mean, you could maybe get suckered into knight takes f4, hoping for something like this. But yeah, knight takes f2. I mean, you just can never be worse if that bishop's gone. Well, you can never not be winning. That's maybe the more sensible way of saying it. Renga, how's it going? Tony might have the edge. He might. Maybe just a slight winning destructive advantage. Maybe just slightly. Let's see what he plays. See if knight takes f2 is played. John C. Toto, last time in an OTB game you won, you had +3 and almost drew it. Yeah, +3, and some positions are more likely. I think here, though, I mean, you see it, knight takes b2, knight takes f4, knight takes f2. Like, because it's such positional domination, it's not, like, tactical, dangerous, you need to find one move to get that win. He just dominates so well positionally, a lot more difficult to mess up. The time control is, let me just double check actually in this section, because this is the under 21. Let me scroll down. Wait, that's me. It's a 10-second increment. Okay, yeah, so the top section is 110. This is so 140 minutes with a 10-second increment. 140 minutes with a 10-second increment. Championship section is 150, but Tony is playing in the under 21. You would have to pay Tony big money to convince him to cut his hair. Cheese, the interesting thing is that Feingold plays the old Benoni against younger players because he believes they don't understand positional side strategical chess. And all checks, captures, threats. This game is like a benchmark for that. Yeah. Seem to highlight it. Ash, I'm sorry. You played my move. I liked knight takes f4 though. It was nice. It was nice. Yeah, I forgot the number. Because of the sister wives as man, what lights? Come back and start drawing stuff. Y'all were about to get Caden after dark right then. Lights gets dangerous. No, the bishop c4 will be amazing. It will be the legend. The low lights look nice. The mood lighting. Ugh. Yeah, I guess because I'm like sitting on my hands because I'm a bit cold. I'm not moving enough to keep the lights going. John C. Total, you only lost one game? Dang. Okay, yeah, that's... No, winning one games can be very tricky. King G2? Ooh, King G2. Ooh, dun dun dun. The sacrifice. Sacrifice. No, wait, just bishop takes c3. You don't even have to sacrifice. I was thinking bishop takes c2, rook takes c2. But if you were ever going to give up this bishop, now could be the time. Try and attract the knight away and knight takes f4. I guess white throws in there. Bishop takes h5. Yes, the small saving grace. Oh, so maybe from that perspective, bishop d4. Oh, bishop d4. Move my Smurfit. Last time you told me to do something, I didn't like it, and I listened. Geary did end up losing. Mendonca also was winning and lost. Wow. Yeah, first round nerves. Everybody's feeling it. Yeah, extra cheese. You remember? You remember the good times. Freaking. Jeez. King G2 looks like a randomly generated legal move. I mean, it's understandable at this point. Like he knows it. He's a good enough player to know how toast he is here. It's kind of a unfortunate thing, but I think he's just playing on out of adrenaline. Not wanting to resign too early. Rook takes f4 is also kind of fun. Okay. So knight g3 probably loses. I can't even lose the advantage here. Knight g3 is still winning for black. What the heck? What the heck? No way. What if I did that and gave up the bishop? Giving up the bishop's the best move, apparently. Jeez. That's wild. Yeah, bishop d4 looks like the funnest way to play that I can see. Because it's just so crushing if he takes. Knight takes, king goes, we take the rook. King goes, we check and then take the rook. I mean, actually, maybe even knight takes h3 is better. I guess not. It looks pretty nice with knight f2, but I guess rook h2, yeah, but rook e3 looks rook e3, yeah, rook e3 does look fun. Calculating rook takes f4. Yeah, but overall, it is difficult to mess this up. If knight g3 doesn't lose the win, then I just don't know. Queen takes f2. Okay, queen takes f still only +1. It's still only +1. Oh my goodness. You can sack the queen for the rook, and you still have semi-decent chances. That's wild. Okay, Tony goes for the most composed lane. And he takes f4. Queen g1 instead of king g2 seem more natural to defend the rook over protecting g3. Yeah, I thought bringing the queen over too. Yeah, simple chess. Oh, he actually took with the queen. Wow, after his queen d8 earlier, I thought he might try to avoid this. But he's probably looking to play bishop e5. That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. I mean, when I'm analyzing, of course, I'll come up with the fancy stuff, but in an actual game, it's the right call. Just simple chess. Black, yeah. I mean, you can do anything. You can be anything you want in this game. Do anything you want. Just have fun with it, you know? You can chill. I mean, I would expect like queen c2 before resigning. an actual game against Tony, most certainly styling him. I do try when I can. I do. Yeah, Bishop D4. Yeah, this game probably I expect them to call it in the next few moves. I would expect them to call it in the next few moves. I mean, maybe you play one more time, like a few more moves, hoping for some miracle discovery on the queen, which you can't even do, but petition for chess.com to add a piece where the horsies are raccoons. It's kind of surprising they don't have like an animal themed chess set. Oh, was that A5? Okay, looking for rook A4. I think I do prefer bishop D4. I like the idea of bishop E5, but like bishop D4, I win material right away. Here, I still have not won material, you know? I guess queen G3 and still very good, but man, bishop D4 is just right there. It's just so easy to play. It's so easy. And although I guess the rook moves and then we're back to bishop E5. Unless we want to have fun. All right, all right. He played queen f4, so what are we calling? Bishop e5? Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to set up a discovery. Position with the discovery like the king has to march to f5. Yeah, or you pray he like accidentally touches d5 and has to take it? Is that the hope? No, this is just frustration or disappointment with yourself that you play on. Don't want Not quite ready to resign yet. I get it. I've been there. Especially when I was younger. I had some pretty bad ones. I think the worst was I played way too quickly in a game. Man, this was bad. But I spent like 30 minutes at the end of the game just not resigning. Maybe even longer. One of those games. I don't know. It was really bad. Never understood why USCF doesn't use clock move. It's better in every way. Um. Well, this is a FIDE event, by the way. This is a FIDE event. So it is FIDE rules that they are playing under. But in general, when it comes to clock move, I think it makes a lot of sense for fast time controls, but I also understand like it just will be less chaotic if it's touch move. Like even for the faster time controls, um, you know, because you have someone switching moves, like it's just you know, because in some of those fast time controls, people not only switch moves, but sometimes they put pieces back on the wrong squares in their panic. And yeah, it's just bad. King h1, queen g3 was played. A very nice game. I mean, very good game. The only thing of that Tony did that I wasn't the biggest fan of was c5, but that you know that was more just a missed opportunity. I don't think it was a bad move. The rest of this game has been very sharp, very well played. It's a great start to the event for him. Reaching, what are we gonna see? Knight e4? Yeah, knight e4. Take king g1. Now bishop d4. Rook takes d4 potentially. For IM, so Tony is shooting for NM. IM is 2400 FIDE. Tony's big goal, just like life goal, chess life goal, is 2200, which is national master, but 2200 USCF. Ash, you just hate the added stress of losing a game because I instinctively touched a piece. Happened a couple times, OTB. Yeah, sit on your hands. I mean, I understand it. There's definitely going to be those frustrations, but overall, I do get it. Like, it just makes everything run smoother if it's touch move. Emily, hey, I heard you absolutely crushed it, by the way. So big shout out to you. No, 1960 is USCF. I used USCF because that's what's on the website, and I don't know um if every player will have a FIDE rating. So because the pairings are going off of USCF, and figure I'm just gonna grab that and put that. Emily, the other games will be more challenging. No, you'll just crush them all. Just crush them. Just crush. Easy. First place. Yeah, 1873 FIDE. It looks like his opponent is 1739 FIDE. So still a very solid win. I mean, it doesn't seem as big of a deal sometimes, but that's basically like for me, that's basically the equivalent of beating like an IM or FM. It's a very good win. And to do so in that fashion, just absolutely crushing. We see the handshake. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very good. Very good. So we're gonna actually be finishing up. Yeah, we're gonna be finishing up here. Actually, I wonder if I could snag Tony. I didn't really set up to snag Tony, but let me see real fast. Let me check my scenes. I think we could there could be some potential here. Okay, he's waving goodbye. So let's take off the camera while I continue to adjust this scene. Hopefully he comes in here. Hey, how's line? Thank you so much for the big cheer. Let's go. Thank you, thank you. Making the adjustments. I do have a scene. I can clean this up later. This is the first time like I've been on site, so the idea that I could actually like I could actually like bring him in is wait a second. That's a possibility. Hey, put on the cap, please. I know, right? Oh, oh, whoa. We're after dark now. Oh man, the camera lighting actually adjusts pretty well. That's cool. All right. So we have this adjusted-ish. I guess I could clean this up just a little bit more. I'm gonna hurry and try and go grab him. I will be right back.
Playing low enough risk, that's totally fine. Oh, oh, it's cold in here.
It's sitting on my hand.
God damn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna draw those at some point after.
When there's no sunlight. Hey, chat.
Oh, howdy, howdy.
Oh, it's cold in here.
Yeah,
Oh, oh.
in case you thought it was just me.
All right.
All right.
Tell me, lay into me. How did I mess up?
No, there was only one kind of missed opportunity,
Ah, okay.
but it's like a very
Yeah,
technical thing, very technical.
very technical.
Yeah, so
What did you do to it? Oh, you couldn't figure out how to
I
stand
could
it.
not. No, I could.
I'll show you how to stand. It's very
Yeah,
easy. Ah, yeah, I thought that was super lame. And then I thought his approach in the opening was very passive.
yeah. So okay, this structure I was talking about, I've played this myself with C60, 65.
Mm-hmm.
Normally with Queen C7 though, but
It helped fine.
Queen E7 makes a lot of sense here.
Well, because he obviously is gonna push D5,
Yeah,
or take it. I think he'd take the queen trade because he's a kid.
right. Yeah, so it was this. This was the one, like true missed opportunity.
Really?
Like it could, for the most part, this was it. Like the only moment.
Damn. So what? Yeah. Okay. I almost left it. Was my second option. Taking was not one of my options because I
Okay.
thought that we both become very active, but he's favorable.
So you technically can take, but E4, I think is the more sensible.
But like the F4 and E4, like holes, like
Well,
I feel like I
but
might struggle to keep
you're
it.
gonna play here, right? So if he doesn't take, then you can consider playing C5 and you get a lot of the same things, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, bishop F5, H5, knight D7, you know, you
Dang.
just dominate the light squares. If he does take, I was thinking you play knight takes and then you're jumping in.
Wow. It feels slightly unnatural, but yeah, I thought he could get to my E pawn faster. I looked at pushing. I gained some space, but
Yeah, with rook E8s, I mean it's just you actually hold it pretty easily.
maybe I can, yeah,
Which I
Queen C2. That's that's it. Just three attackers. It's all he can do,
yeah, because this knight's kind of garbage.
and he has to push for G4. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. I just like hating on Tony.
Yeah.
Queen D8 was a fine Fruge. Queen D8 was a cringe, by the Queen D8 was cringe. Queen D8 was the only other move other Queen besides Queen F6. But Queen F6 had like just slightly more risk.
Why not Queen E7?
Queen E7. I don't know. I didn't think that was an option. We'll get there. We'll get
We'll
there.
get there. We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
there.
Okay, but C5, basically, I thought it was a missed opportunity, but I didn't feel like this was a mistake because still like a very normal-ish position.
Yeah, it's cramped, but I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna push F4. I'm gonna stick my knight on H5, and I'm gonna play on the dark squares. And I enjoy those.
Yeah, for him, he had a missed opportunity, which okay is kind of understandable not to.
Yeah, H3 is not a move here.
Yeah, no, I mean he doesn't. His pieces are a bit awkward, but he did have this one kind of annoying move,
I
knight
thought he would
B5.
play. I was gonna take it.
Yeah, take.
Take it, knight back.
Yeah, now he plays A4 and
And then I was gonna play A5.
A5.
I think so. And then close it up. Or A6. Try to hit B5. Like what?
Yeah,
I just
I don't think you want to shut it down.
okay. So A6.
Like I'd rather you just not play, like don't touch the A pawn
I'll just leave everything here.
if you want to play A5.
Leave it all.
If you want to play A5, yeah. I mean A6 apparently, well, then you get hit with B6. Yeah, I think you
That's
just
enough. Just
I
leave
think
it.
you just leave it. I mean, maybe you could prepare it with B6 first,
Well, B6 makes sense.
but
But yeah, if he played knight B5, I was gonna take it. I was fully ready.
yeah.
I thought he was gonna play knight B5. The A7 pawn is like weak. I have to lose the bishop. He's hitting the D6 pawn.
Yeah. No, that was kind of the one thing he should have done, but at this
But
point, I think we all agreed like it just felt awkward for him to play.
oh, dude, I knew he was gonna play A4 though,
It's
because
such an easy
he's the kind of kid
solid
that's
move.
been like trained. Like this is like you're like so conditioned. Oh, they prep B5, you play A4. That's it. No thinking. Like you, that's the thinking.
Yeah, it's just the caveat that you play it for when the pawn's d6.
Oh, hey, chess Muay Thai. Thank you.
Um, yeah, here I thought he should play knight a2.
I 100% thought he would play that.
Yeah, knight
Get rid of that
a2 and
annoying knight, and then stick a new knight on C3.
a new knight on c3,
Hmm.
or as I highlighted, swing the knight around to d3 at some point.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised. If you leave that guy, he gets annoying later, and that was my hope.
Well, he just doesn't have anything to do, because
Because
he shouldn't play f4,
uh, well, okay, he shouldn't play F4,
but he definitely shouldn't play.
but in this structure, every white player who's not strong is gonna play F4. It's just like
Tony's like, I knew I was gonna cook him up.
I just knew he was gonna play F4. There's no way he doesn't play for F4, even if it feels bad.
Yeah,
But I was like, ooh, yummy squares.
yeah. G takes was also not the best by a good
I
margin.
think either knight takes is better, and I think bishop takes. Bishop takes. He just loses tempo with knight h5.
Knight takes probably makes the most sense, trying to discourage knight h5, and then you also could try to trade the knight through knight d3.
Yeah.
But
Okay, we're warming up a little. Tony's saying the same thing
difficulty.
I said about A4, superfluous knights. Yeah, super. Oh, dude, I loved it. I love this. I played Rook E8 knowing that he would play Bishop F3. I felt it in my bones.
Felt it in your
I
bones.
knew he would play Bishop F3 and I could get Queen H4 for free.
Wow.
That's why I didn't play Queen H4 right away. Because Bishop
There's
D2 and I lose time.
Tony using a fourth sense to win this
No,
game right
I
now.
knew it. I felt it, man. If I play Rook E8, he'll play Bishop F3 thinking, oh, I'll kick the knight, and he won't even expect Queen H4. And then he has to go back, and you just feel like doo doo
Yeah,
after that.
yeah,
Oh, dude, it felt so good after that. It was like, all right, now we have pressure.
yeah. So there's one interesting idea here. There's actually this game that I can guarantee you've never seen.
I believe you.
Um, but very similar position.
Ooh,
Yeah, very similar.
not G5.
Bishop g5.
I almost played that, but I thought it lost time. Yeah,
Uh,
I looked at Bishop G4.
yeah. So the because obviously like you trying to take is super annoying. Like you're just trying to fork him, right? Take knight g3 potentially one idea.
But he's gonna take with the knight.
He can't. He's pinned.
With the
Yeah,
other knight.
yeah, bishop takes first.
Wait, pawn C3?
So
Takes.
he
Doesn't it gain a tempo on my knight?
something like this potentially. No, no.
Oh, but maybe I take on F1 check. No, no,
But I
but
think
Queen
I
F2.
think you also could happily just take here. No, what am I missing?
I don't know.
Chess lover, what am I missing?
I looked at Bishop G4. I thought
Oh, duh. It's knight g3 right away.
oh
Okay,
oh
we did see this.
oh okay, knight
Freaking heck.
G3 I did not
Knight
see.
g3 right away. What the
Ooh.
heck?
Because I looked at that line you looked at where I take, but he takes on C3, hits my knight in time. Queen F2 hits the queen. I wasn't like totally in love with it. So
Yeah,
and then I if it doesn't work, knight B5 is super annoying later on, and it creates problems for me.
yeah.
But had I found knight G3, maybe I would have played that. Knight G3 I didn't see.
Extra cheese wanted g5.
Hey John, I did win. Dude, G5 is it's a move, but
I
it's very loosey. It's slightly more
it's a
risky.
little spicy.
Which I can see the Evo bar thinks it's more risky.
Okay, f5 is very reasonable.
But F5 and all my pieces kind of
And
flourish.
then this is where people judged you just a little bit. Why not queen e7?
Why not Queen E7? I want my rook open. I can't move forward with the queen first. The rook has to go first.
Why not?
I just
Queens are good attacking pieces.
like I can't take the knight. I can't take the other knight. I can't
You're
move it
you're
up.
not taking the knight anyways.
Yeah,
You're
but
playing bishop f5.
yeah.
Yeah. Or knight takes f4.
Oh, so you think let him take bishop f5 and I'm skewering I'm gonna skewer some pieces.
So this is actually what I was thinking.
Okay, but this is with bishop g3. I
Rook
always thought
takes c4.
about taking it. Okay, rook takes e4 is good.
Yeah.
Queen D7. I thought Queen D8 was like just as good. I think
Queen
it
no
did. I
Queen
think
Queen
like
D8 Queen D8 is good. It was just
it just
we
felt
were,
cringe for chat.
we
That
were
I
just
believe.
very unsure exactly why.
Oh, I just think they like I keep everything I want, but the minor pieces are moving first.
Yeah. Rookie 5. Really?
Chat judging me so hard. Queen D8.
Yeah. And then here, um, okay, I thought you would play Bishop D3. I felt it in my bones.
Oh, dude, it just felt like the move. I liked
But
it better than this one.
yeah, Knight C2 is the only
Mm-hmm.
like kind of
Mm-hmm.
clear alternative that I just thought this looked so nice.
I agree, but here, from like the white point of view, the kid playing, I feel like some pressure has been relieved already. While Bishop D3, I think he is feeling like a giant pressure bomb, and like he's really gonna struggle.
Yeah.
It's like so annoying.
No,
You just like as a white, you're like, oh god, I just just take me in the back already. Like, let's go. That's so. Oh, it seems it feels very difficult to
a
play.
pressure bomb.
Yeah, it's just like I would not want to be the white side of this.
Yeah.
And the other one where like you got rid of the dark square bishop, like it just feels like okay, there's like a teeny bit more hope.
Smurfit was voting for Bishop C2.
Bishop c2. I mean bishop c2. It like it's also good, but this one I'm telling you, this one just has more pressure. It's just way more like like we're just building up.
Yeah. And then okay, Rookie 1 was now it's just done.
Dude, knight d3 I almost didn't play. Knight d3 I was a little hesitant. Like knight f6 is the weenie move. Knight takes f4 is like a little edgy, but knight d3 was like, all right, this should kill, but it just feels like a little loosey.
A little Lucy. I see.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't sure why you were thinking here.
Oh, well, because knight d3 and then bishop takes h5, knight takes f2, queen c2.
Okay, I did guess correctly then.
Yeah, queen c2, queen h4.
And like when you spend so long.
Oh no, I'd play queen h4 here, 100%.
Okay, that too.
Yeah, queen h4. What does he play? Knight g1, knight g1, bishop d3.
Can we just take the goddamn bishop?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, take it. Okay.
Like why not? Like I'm sorry. It's just. I mean, bishop d3, sure, but you know, or I'll accept queen takes f4.
Okay, queen takes f4. I like.
Yeah,
I
fine.
want to know. I like. But I was looking at all those lines, and
Okay.
that's why before I played knight d3, I was diving into those beforehand.
No, that's good.
But
That's
he
good.
did that, and I was like, "Whoa, bro, that's not good."
Yeah,
And then I get queen h4 again for free. So it's just so annoying for him. You as white, you're just like so annoyed and done.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, you're
you
okay.
just
You did have a fancy move.
okay. I almost played that,
This is the fancy move.
but
I think you kept it simple, which was good,
yeah.
but you know,
But
shout out
I
to the
really
fancy
wanted
move.
bishop e5.
Oh,
Like
in the nature of knight c2, knight e3.
okay, I almost played that one too.
Okay.
That one felt like a lot of pressure. For the record, with computer, is there any version of taking on e2 that works with the knight fork on
Oh,
f4?
so
Because I looked at all those,
I'm
but they
just gonna
were
just so you're aware how good this position is for you. You're still winning after knight g3.
after
Like you just give
just
a
throwing
piece.
away a knight.
Yeah, you're still winning. So I hit the point where
Wow.
I was kind of playing the can I mess this up because like everything was winning, so I was looking as well at moves that the knight g3 is still winning. Queen takes f2 is still interesting because it's only +1.
What?
It's
Queen
only
takes
+1.
e2?
Okay,
That's
it's wavering.
insane. To just okay. So taking on e2 still wins.
I just what do you want? You know, you want it, you
Rotates.
get it. It's just like
Okay, but I was too. I think I was too narrowed in into bishop e5, which is why I took right away.
yeah,
And then bishop e5. I mean, he wants rook a4, which I thought was cute.
yeah, but it's just toast. It's a very nice game.
Yeah.
Very nice game.
Thank you. Thank you. It was good. It
Yeah,
was
very clean.
a little bit of passiveness by him and some poor decisions.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Yeah, what's up, Twinkle Toes? Yes, we watched the Avatar. Last Airbender,
Yeah.
of course.
Heck yeah.
Man, felt good to get started win with block. You ever thought
Yeah.
about playing checkers instead of chess? Never.
No, never,
Never.
never.
Ever.
0%. 0 stars. Do not
Uh,
recommend.
No one does.
0 stars. All right. Well, everybody, thanks so much for being here.
We're gonna head out. We'll see you at the next round. It starts in under 3 hours.
Wait. You know when it's at 4:30?
Actually, maybe I don't know.
4?
Shake my head. Why?
Oh yeah, it should be at 4.
It's at 4.
Yeah, 4.
4.
So
Yeah, just under 3 hours.
just under 3 hours.
Damn, we still got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Good shit, chat. We're happy. We're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Hopefully the rest of them can be cloned.
Go rest up a bit and see you all later. I will probably not be doing commentary because I'll be doing game analysis. So I'll try and do a little bit here and there where I can, but otherwise, we'll just see you here and there. I hope you come back to support Tony. And Ali with the final goodbye to everybody.
No, wait, hold on. Scooch in. All right, champ. So where are we doing? Where are we doing?
Dude, I
He cooked
I
up.
kind of bodied this kid. I feel bad.
He cooked up. That's
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah, I know. Here, hold on. Let me get your back a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you. My right shoulder needs it the most.
The right shoulder? Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, it does.
A little bit more right here, maybe.
Okay,
one
careful.
second,
That's
hold-
his chest planar. Careful. now.
Oh, okay.
Careful.
Good night. I'm not gonna.
I need some more.
Careful
I need some
now.
more.
All right.
He just takes him out. You're on video, by the way. This will be evidence in a future court case.
Is this allowed on? Oh, jeez. Oh, ooh.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we got it. We got to head, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Here, hold on. We'll do this. All right. Wait.